The Katsina state government has moved to release 70 persons suspected of banditry-related offences, describing the step as part of a peace agreement with armed groups to secure the release of abducted residents. Commissioner for Internal Security and Home Affairs, Mr. Nasir Muazu, explained that the action aims to consolidate ongoing peace agreements across 15 local government areas, which have already led to the freedom of about 1,000 kidnapped victims. He likened the move to prisoner exchanges typical in wartime situations. The decision followed a leaked government letter requesting judicial intervention to facilitate the suspect's release. The letter, dated January 2, 2026, cited peace accord commitments as the reason. Public reaction has been critical, with many Nigerians expressing concern that releasing suspects accused of serious crimes undermines justice and the rule of law. Muazu maintained that the process is lawful and that aggrieved parties can seek legal redress. Well, time now to have a conversation with public affairs analyst Epele on Katsina state government's decision to release and reintegrate bandits to society, and how effective is Amnesty for bandits as a policy. Welcome to Newsday. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
So what do you make of the Katsina state government's decision to release and reintegrate bandits to the society and their justification for doing so?
Look, I think I'd like to begin by saying Happy New Year to all the Arise family and Nigerians in general. Yes, there's nothing wrong with extending mercy and grace to people when they do something wrong. But there's everything wrong with not understanding the interpretation of actions like this, especially to the Nigerian state. It's important to underpin the fact that these individuals that are either going to be released or are about to be released, my question is, what is the yardstick? What is the legal framework for such release? What is the implication to national security, to judicial system, to the victim that these individuals have maimed, murdered, and oftentimes taking their rights? And many of them are still holding them, you know. We are talking about terrorism. We're not talking about minor crime. We're talking about terrorism, which is an international issue. My call on the national security, the National Security Advisor, the Minister for Defense, a very good friend of mine, is we need to begin to think towards a policy for this kind of exercise. Now it's one state or two of them trying to do the same thing. Other states will follow, because once leaders set example, the led and even other leaders follow that example. So my thing is, what is the yardstick? What is the legal framework? What is the judicial system for this kind of exercise? What is the guarantee that these people have been totally de-radicalized? What is the guarantee that they are not going to cause a menace in the society? I won't feel safe if I know that a terrorist has been released and the person is going to be my neighbor. I will feel very unsafe, you know. And I can tell you, go back to Afghanistan, go back to many people that have taken this, followed this pathway. It has never been resourceful. This is another technical process of trying to negotiate with terrorists in order for them to release their victim. How long are we going to do this? I am concerned because it affects the community that I lead. I am concerned because I am a Nigerian, you know. And again, I want to emphasize there is nothing wrong with showing mercy and extending grace. But there's everything wrong by showing mercy to the person who doesn't deserve mercy, by showing grace to somebody who is constantly looking for an opportunity to maim, to kill, and to deny the rights of people around them.
And one has to wonder how the victims or the families of the victims feel, those who have been maimed and killed by these same groups. What kind of message does releasing unprosecuted suspects, what kind of message it sends to those families?
A very, very pathetic message. The victim will feel that, hey, he is not sure of existence. The victim will feel that he doesn't know what will happen to him. Not only the victim, the families of the victim, not only the families of the victim, but citizens around these individuals. There has to be a clear guideline for this kind of exercise. And I'm not saying it shouldn't happen. It should happen. However, what is the yardstick? How are we sure that even some of these government officials are not trying to release people that are close to them, who are their family members, just for the sake of getting them off the hook and avoiding the pressure that they are getting from their family? I mean, some of these governors, I respect them. They're very intelligent, but you need to be very circumspect in making this kind of decision that has a national security implication and international security implication. Don't make Nigerians a laughingstock. That's what it means, because some of the countries that are trying to help us to fight this terrorism will turn around and say, the very people we're trying to get rid of are the very people that you're reintroducing into the society. It takes a process. It takes radicalization. There has to be proof that these people can be trusted before they are reintegrated into the society. And I think there's a kind of narrative that makes round sometimes, especially it's coming from our brothers in the north, to say that, oh, well, these guys, what is propagating this thing is poverty. It is not poverty, because these guys are very well to do. Many of them live larger than life. They have resources that you begin to wonder, how can you juxtapose the fact that a terrorist has an ATM machine? How? Who gave ATM machine to him? How is he able to withdraw all the money that they seize from people's cards? So there is more than meet the eyes. And I still believe what Buhari said one time, that the people working against his government are within his government. There's a likelihood that there are people that are using this and weaponizing it as a political tool. And this is evil. These people must be identified, prosecuted, and put in jail so that they can be neighbors with these terrorists.
Now, Mr. Epele,
because anybody that helps a terrorist is a terrorist.
Now, some supporters of this policy, they have likened it to the Niger Delta amnesty that was granted under the late President Yaradua. I'm just wondering, how does this bandit amnesty compare with that experience? Can it even be compared? There's
very little comparison. Yes, you will say that some of the fellows that receive amnesty in Niger State, in Niger Delta states, did also maim people, kill people, and all that, But there was a program, an open process of de-radicalization. There was a program that got international support and international accreditation to say that these people have changed. There was research that was undertaken, and those research came out to say that this is the right program for this kind of people. Many of them were taken out of the country, properly trained. And today we are seeing some iota of dividends of the people who benefited from that process. Look at what some of them are doing to safeguard national pipeline. Look at what some of them are doing to employ huge number of people, that they now pay salary. the question I'm asking is, what is the program that these state governments have put in place that we can point to say, truly and really, the due process has been followed and we can trust these people? Niger Delta Amnesty has fruits and results that everyone can see today. It took time, not hurriedly undertaken, not hurriedly executed. It was a transparent process that everybody saw. My challenge to some of the state governors that wants to do this, whether you're from the north or the south, please let us have a transparent process of program that you're going to put in place. Let us also know some of these individuals without violating their rights, so that people will know how to deal with them. You don't put me in the same room with a thief and a murderer and expect me to be comfortable. I'm not going to be comfortable. I won't even stay. You know, so there's a need, and I want to thank Outrage for bringing this up. There's a need for a transparent process, a trusted legal framework, and a research that shows us the de-radicalization process that have been followed and evidence that these people have been truly de-radicalized.
And, you know, it also begs the question whether or not it makes banditry look profitable, like it offers a way out for those who have made their money and then later on decide that they want to repent. Does it inadvertently encourage individuals and youth to take up arms, knowing that maybe later on in their career that they can renegotiate those weapons?
Hey, however, there's no better way to put it. They are just creating job for these jobless individuals and faceless individuals who are going to take this as their own profession. Where there is no deterrent, where somebody will perpetuate violence and tomorrow he's forgiven and introduced into the society and probably given a government job, you know, and all that. And tomorrow they are busy trying to promote underground mentees who are going to do the same thing for them. I kept saying this. Let us have evidence that there is a program in place, not a political tool, not trying to make political statement, not trying to show that, well, like some people have said, it happened in Niger Delta. It should also happen in the north. There's nothing wrong with repeating whatever has a success story that we can follow. But there's everything wrong with repeating what have a success story, and then we will have a total failure and collapse of a policy, of a framework, of a program. Again, I want to repeat myself that I'm not against mercy and grace extended to those who deserve it. I am against mercy and grace extended to a messy individual and a messy situation.
Very well said. Public affairs analyst, Mr. Epele, thank you so much for joining us on Newsday.